Okay, good. Got it. And the crocodile was still asleep. So that was good. All right. We're ready to continue the story. Now, as you may remember, Cece and Sophia had had an adventurous day already. But they had just gone to bed for a nice rest, which I think they deserve after all their fun and adventures. The next morning, Sophia woke up and stretched. The sun was peeking in through the window, and it looked like it was going to be a beautiful day. Sophia lay in bed trying to remember what day it was. It was still the weekend! Sophia grinned and thought maybe she would sleep a little while longer. Then she remembered that she had brought Cece home with her yesterday. And last night Cece had been sleeping on her bed with her. And this morning, no Cece. Sophia leaped out of bed and ran into the living room. No Cece. She ran into the backyard. No Cece. She ran into the front yard. No Cece. Mom, Mom, Sophia shouted as she ran into her sleeping parents' room. Cece's gone. She probably just mopped in, mumbled her mother. Mom, this is serious. She could be in trouble. We've got to find her. Remember, she's your responsibility, said her mother, more awake now. Okay, but I might need your help, please, Sophia pleaded. Soon, the entire household was up looking for Cece, but she was not in the house, or in the yard, or up or down the street. Sophia's parents said it was too early to knock on neighbors' doors on a Sunday, so they just have to wait as they didn't know what else to do. Sophia hardly touched her breakfast, wondering what sort of trouble or danger Cece might be in. And her parents were a bit worried that Cece might scare someone or do some damage to a neighbor's property, as she was, after all, a wild thing. By about 10 in the morning, Sophia was beside herself with worry. They had checked with all the neighbors on their block and no one had seen a purple-haired wild thing, and if they had, they surely would have remembered. Sophia was sitting on the front step of her house wondering what to do when she heard a familiar voice yelling, Yee-haw! Righty, righty, cowboy girl! Sophia rushed out to the sidewalk, and there was Cece still quite a ways off. She was sitting on a large black and white cow that was walking slowly up the middle of the street. Sophia was so relieved. First she called out, Cece, there you are! And then after thinking about it, she said, Cece, where did you get that cow? Cece kept riding the cow up the street toward Sophia as she spoke. Horsey stuck behind door. Cece opened door. Cece liked doors. Now Cece cowboy girl, ride horsey. Then Cece looked serious for a moment and said, Horsey very slow. Not like Bullseye. Woody's horse is named Bullseye, not Bullseye. And Bullseye is a horse, not a cow, said Sophia. The cow was finally plodding up to where Sophia stood. As Sophia watched the unlikely pair, she began to realize that Cece must have opened a gate somewhere and let the cow out. Cece, she said, where did you get the cow? Cow? Cece looked confused. What cow? That's a cow. The animal you were riding is a cow. Cece looked doubtful about this, but by now the cow was just about even with Sophia, so Cece said, Horsey, stop! The cow did not stop, but just kept ambling slowly up the street. Horsey, stop! 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 Cece commanded. The cow continued to walk, and Sophia started to walk along the sidewalk to stay even with Cece and the cow. Cece, she said, that is not a horse, it's a cow. You are riding on a cow. This horsey, said Cece. Wild thing horsey have horns, see? She grinned and pointed to the horns as though this proved her point. Then her face fell as she said, Wild thing horsey, not very wild. Won't go fast or have wild rumpus. Cece, that's not a horse. Oh, never mind, said Sophia, deciding to pursue a different direction. Where did you find your wild thing horsey? Did you open a gate to let it out? Cece brightened. Cece opened door, let wild thing horsies out. Wait, did you say horsies? As in more than one? Sophia asked. Many horsies. Maybe Twimbledy 4? Fumbledy 7? Many horsies. Cece looked very proud. Cece, cowboy girl hero. Oh dear, said Sophia, this could be a problem. But Sophia realized her more immediate problem was that the horse-riding wild thing was almost to the corner of Parkside Avenue now and heading right toward busy traffic. Cece, stop your horsey. Look, a busy street with cars. Remember, I taught you about cars. Cece looked very serious. Yes, Fia. Cece must be careful of cars. Then Cece turned back to the cow. Horsey, be careful. Cars! The cow paid no attention. Sophia was running in front of the cow now, trying to get it to stop or turn before it came to the busy traffic, when suddenly the cow spotted one of Sophia's neighbor's gardens and turned off the road and into the yard. Phew, thought Sophia. Then she noticed the cow was starting to eat the flowers. Oh dear, said Sophia. Just then Charlie came riding up on his scooter. Is Cece riding a cow? He said with wide eyes. Then he said, I want a cow. You can't have a cow, Charlie. Now listen, I need you to go home and get a big rope and scoot back as fast as you can. Are we going to tie up the cow? Yes, said Sophia. And I can keep it? No, said Sophia, you can't keep it. We have to find who it belongs to. Now hurry, before it eats all the flowers in Mrs. Lee's garden. Charlie scooted off, and since it wasn't far, was back in a very short time. They convinced Cece to get off her horsey and helped them put the rope over the cow's horns. Then the three of them managed to pull on the rope and get the cow to follow them back to Sophia's house, where they tied it to a tree. Now, Cece, said Sophia, you have to show me where you found the cow. Cow? Said Cece. Where you found the horsey, said Sophia. It was behind a fence. Remember you opened the door? Cece looked thoughtful, then shrugged. Cece, not remember. You can't remember where you found it? Sophia asked. Maybe we could ask the cow, Charlie said. Then he walked over to the cow and said, Cow, where do you live? The cow, who had been standing quietly, still chewing on a mouthful of flowers, looked at Charlie and then stuck out a long black tongue and licked Charlie's cheek. He likes me, said Charlie with a grin. I think it's a she, said Sophia. Then she turned back to Cece. Cece, you were coming down the street from that direction. She pointed up the street. Where did you come from before you turned down our street? But as she looked up the street, Sophia saw another cow and then a third cow walking through the neighborhood. More horsies, shouted Cece. More trouble, said Sophia. Can I have one of those? Charlie asked. Ignoring his question, Sophia said, Charlie, we're going to need more rope. Lots of rope. It took quite a while, but soon the busy trio had gathered up 7 cows, which were now all tied to the tree in front of the house. I hope that's all of them, said Sophia. I've named this one Chopstick, said Charlie, and that one is Spider-Man, and that one is Ducky. Ducky? Why Ducky? Asked Sophia as she tiredly sat on the step. Ducky, Ducky, shouted Cece gleefully. Cece did not seem to be the least bit tired. Let's let them go into the backyard, said Charlie. Charlie, I told you we can't keep them, said Sophia. But we found them and we caught them, said Charlie. Yes, but Cece let them out and they belong to someone and we have to return them. Just then 2 boys rode up on bicycles. Wow, you have cows? Horsies, yelled Cece. We're going to keep them in the backyard after I name them, said Charlie. But the kids were no longer paying attention to Charlie or the cows as they were too busy staring at Cece. She's a wild thing. She's visiting us for the weekend, explained Sophia. She wandered off this morning and brought these cows back. Horsies, said Cece. She thinks they're horsies. Horses, said Sophia. Wild thing horsies, said Cece. Those must be the cows from the farm by the park, said the older boy. I've seen these cows before, and I don't think there are any other farms around here. The younger boy said, it'd be cool to keep one. Charlie looked at him and said, you can't have Chopstick, he's mine. He's not yours, and he's a she, said Sophia. We're going to return all these cows to the farm. Well, good luck, said the older boy, and they pedaled off. That boy wanted my cow, said Charlie. Charlie, what would you do with a cow anyway, asked Sophia. We could play on the slide, said Charlie before bursting into laughter. Sophia laughed too until she noticed that Cece was once again missing. Just then, Cece came running around the corner of the house from the backyard carrying a big bunch of carrots that she had obviously just pulled up out of Sophia's garden. Cece, are you hungry? Sophia asked. Not for Cece, for Horsies. Horsie's hungry. Eat orange roots. Sophia noticed that all the cows were now looking at Cece and the carrots. Cece, you're a genius. Charlie, get our scooters. We're going to be cowboys today, yelled Sophia. Cece, you carry the carrots down the street in front of the cows. I mean, Horsies. And they will follow you back to the farm. Sophia was busy untying all of the cows who were now mooing and straining to get to Cece and the carrots. Charlie brought the scooters and Sophia and Charlie started to scoot along next to Cece. Cece held out the carrots and the small herd of cows followed behind her as they all headed up the street toward the farm. As the unlikely parade went by, neighbors who were out working in their yards stared and pointed. Some took videos with their cell phones. Meanwhile, Cece was trying to keep ahead of the cows, but the cows were slowly picking up speed. They were trying to catch up to the sweet-smelling carrots. Pretty soon, Cece was running down the street with Charlie and Sophia scooting next to her and the cows trotting along behind. Sophia knew where the farm was now, so she was calling directions. Turn right at the next street. No, that's left. Go right. Cece, this way. Finally, they could see the farm and the gate that Cece had left open. Cece ran through the gate, and Charlie and Sophia stopped to the side of it and watched the cows lumber in. Bye, Chopstick. Bye, Spider-Man, Charlie called as they went in. I didn't get to name you. Sorry, he yelled. Hey, your name could be Sorry. Bye, Sorry. When all the cows were in the gate, Cece tossed the carrots into the air, and the cows scattered to eat them. As Cece came out of the gate, she was munching on a carrot herself. Cece like horsey food, she said. Come on, let's close the gate, said Sophia. After making sure the latch was firmly closed, they headed back to Sophia and Charlie's house. As they walked home, Sophia explained to Cece about private property and how you can't just take something that belongs to someone else. It's not like the wild things. Here people own things, and if you find something, you just can't take it, especially if it's behind someone's fence or in their yard or house. Also, when you are visiting me and you want to go somewhere, you need to tell me. I was worried when I couldn't find you this morning, said Sophia. Sophia sad? Asked Cece. Yes, I was sad when I couldn't find you. You don't want me to be sad, do you? Cece shook her big, shaggy head. Then make sure you tell me when you want to go somewhere, okay? Okay, said Cece. When they got back to Sophia's house, Charlie said, Being a cowboy makes me hungry. Cece too, said Cece. Let's go eat, said Sophia, and they did. After dinner, Sophia took Cece back to her home with the other wild things. When they got there, all the other wild things wanted to know what Cece did while visiting Sophia. Cece ride horsey. Cece go scooty. Cece love ice cream. Cece love cookies. Cece love Fia and Charlie. Then she bounded over to Sophia and gave her a huge hug. Not so tight, Sophia squeaked. Cece squealed and tossed Sophia up into the air, but when she came down, Cece caught her and very gently set her back on the ground. And Cece tells Sophia when she want to go somewhere, said Cece, patting Sophia on the head. Then she did 3 somersaults and started to climb a tree, but suddenly stopped and came back to Sophia. Fia? Yes, Cece. Cece's so happy, want to have wild rumpus now. Cece go? Cece asked. Yes, you go have a wild rumpus, and I have to go back home because it's a school night. I'll see you again real soon, said Sophia. Cece looked into Sophia's eyes, and Sophia remembered not to blink. Fia, thank you for visit. Cece love, love, love visit Fia. And Cece love, love, love being cowboy girl. With that, Cece scampered up the nearest tree and with a shout, and the other wild things followed. For much of the way home, Sophia could still hear their joyous roars as they enjoyed their wild rumpus. And Sophia was looking forward to a quiet and uneventful evening with her own family. And that's just what she got. And that, my friends, is the end of the story. Got all the pages here. Time for me to head back. I sure hope that crocodile is still asleep. Hope you enjoyed the story.